Hey all, what's going on? Uh, the title of this one right here, yeah, see the light is still out on the truck. Yeah, the title is, I don't like how dark it is though. I'm gonna come up with a way of fixing that somehow. Anyway, this quick video live one is about Mr. Scrappity's F-150 is broke down and needs ball joints. It probably needs upper and lower, but it definitely needs lower ball joints. Similar to like what happened to my Dodge, I replaced the upper and lower because they were about to break and let me down somewhere. So yeah, he's having the same problem. So uh, well, there are some people out there that are in a position to, lend him a couple of bucks. I don't know. Did he put his PayPal address back up? I'm not sure. I think he did. I was watching the video. I watched it a couple of times, and I think in his comment section, he commented on his own video, and I think he did that. Yeah, it's that's that channel is like I consider that like the real scrap life. You know what I mean? It's kind of like living hand to mouth. You know what I mean? Just like living every day, living on the edge. So yeah, compound cleanups. Okay, I got a commenter. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Oh no, I'm see. I'm doing better than before. I mean, the scrapyards are starting to open up. His wife's resale talent is awesome. I know, man. I'm Shelly. Shelly's saying that the Reapers resale talent. That's true. They make a good team. I mean, I wish I had that. I mean, my my wife would not. Not that it's like she's above it or I don't know or scrap is below her, but uh, some people have a knack, and my wife would end up giving the stuff away because she's too nice, and like if she even knew of like one little sore point was the item or whatnot, she would like feel evil selling something that I'm like, but this is used stuff and there are defects, but you're selling the prime stuff that you found at the curbside. You're not selling trash. But yeah, the Reaper's pretty good at it. My claim is that Mr. Scrappity won't sell himself because he's probably like me, not, like, I don't know, not as good at doing it. Your physical presentation, like, oh wow, this guy looks like he just found this stuff an hour ago and he's selling it. All right, well, we'll keep looking. Yeah, I mean, but you have the Reaper go out there. It's a girl, a lady selling something. I mean, people are more trusting. Did you see Paul Scrap and Pallet Man got $20 for a lawnmower from another scrapper? Yeah, that's like street trade. That's what he did, Scrap and Pallet Man. Some scrappers do that, like swap and sell on the street, etc., and at the scrapyard. But a lot of scrapyards frown on that. Yeah, I need to borrow the Reaper, man. I'd steal the Reaper. she she would become an indentured servant. You cannot leave the kingdom. she she would be stuck here. Cruiser Mac, the old kingdom. Oh, there you are. See, now more people are showing up in the comment section than before. I don't know. We're still having problems with this thing, though. Yeah, the Reaper is really good at Mr. Scrappity peeking through the blinds. Yeah, so yeah, I kind of feel bad for him. You know what I mean? She would have a lot to sell out of your. Oh yeah, yeah. Actually, there's a lot of there's a there's a wall, there's a solid wall of hoarding stuff in there that actually probably could get sold. Complete. Shelley said complete. Cruiser Max. So, Kingdom. I was at the scrapyard yesterday, and a guy was begging me to come to his place and pick up his scrap. Yeah, probably because the prices are so low. I said, no, man, I'm not from around here. Yeah, if I was there, I'd be tempted to pick it up. And then come and get it. Yeah. Now I feel kind of bad for the guy who's like, oh well, I was looking at some YouTube videos. Hey, I offer. I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but if you could, is that my wife yelling? If he could put it on a tow dolly and bring it here. Oh, the city ordered him to clean up the yard. Yeah. Yeah. He's probably got a next door neighbor like me, right? Are you getting a new phone? No, well, uh, I don't. I don't have the money actually. I know people donated to the kingdom, but that went to keep the light on and uh, pay for a couple of small car repairs and the water bill. Paid that. I was behind like about. I know this is embarrassing, but I was behind about like 6 months since January. I was at the junkyard. Canadian treasure hunter goes to. Yeah, now see, out of all the scrappers that I see on YouTube, Canadian treasure hunter has got the perfect setup. Okay, he's got the perfect truck for scrapping. I mean, he goes around in a minivan or whatever. So you could use a minivan or a pickup truck or whatever. And what he's got a couple of roll-off dumpsters and a lugger truck. So perfect. You have your own dumpster, and when it's on the lugger truck, you tilt it like a dump truck, and you let the stuff fly. I mean, that is the perfect setup. All right, those things are expensive. There is no way that I have the money for that. I'd love to have it. That is the perfect setup. That blows the doors off of any box truck, any dump truck, okay, any trailer, any dump trailer, okay, all that stuff. That setup right there is number one. That is the perfect setup. Improve that. that arrangement that Canadian Treasure Hunter has. You just couldn't do it. It's such a time saver, okay, and a labor saver, which allows you to go out and find more scrap, which makes you more money. So, doing it the way I do it, uh, bad. I have a horrible setup. I mean, I have the potential for, something great to happen, but the way I'm doing it right now, I prefer his non-scrapping videos. Shelly saying, I prefer his non-scrapping videos. The demo and metal detecting are better from him. Shelly's asking if my wife's better all now. Oh yeah, fully recovered. Oh, Father's Day. uh, I don't know. I mean, not from the wife. She's not working. Okay. She got fired when we had record low unemployment, and now we have record high unemployment. So, like, when she got fired, the unemployment line was non-existent. Now the unemployment line like goes all the way around the building. You know what I mean? Because we have unemployment of like 20% or something like that in Illinois. So it's pretty bad. I thought it would be funny if he was, that's Cruiser Mac, there when I was unloading. Yeah, right? uh, that would be kind of funny. Yep, that's the perfect number one setup. So, yeah, my wife got unemployment benefits, and they're enhanced. You get that extra boost. You get the unemployment plus you get the extra $600. So that really that really helps. He he came up here camping last year, and we had a nice visit at the campground. Oh, okay, so you guys know each other, kinda. Hey, wait a minute. You did a video where Cruiser Mac. You did a video where you interviewed him. I remember that now. It was you that did that, right? It wasn't the other way around. It wasn't the treasure hunter. I don't know. It was a long time ago, so I don't remember. I seen his wife helping him. Oh, Phil did. Oh, okay. The other way around. I don't know. I just remember seeing you guys together in a video, and there was an interview thing going on there. That was cool. I remember the video. I just didn't remember, who was doing the interviewing. It's just, I don't know. For me, that's pretty good. For watching like so many videos, and then like there's one that actually sticks out. So. Yeah, I'd just like to see Mr. Scrappity get his scrapping wagon on. Hi all. Jerry Bob Everett. Hi all. Hello. Yeah, so yeah, because he's kind of like in a poverty situation like me. Cruiser Mac, what happened to his truck? Well, the same thing like what happened with my Dodge. The ball joints are, or at least the lower ball joints are shot. I mean, they're just shot. Not, to the point where it's, I won't say it's unsafe to drive. I mean, I've seen a couple people comment that that's unsafe to drive. I've had a ball joint bust on me when I was driving, and your car drops right away. I mean, you just don't want to be on the highway, but Any riots or protecting going on in Canada, Kuzmak? Why, you know what? I know Great Britain was having problems with, you know, uh, that kind of stuff, social unrest. I'm watching all scrappy videos. Yeah, Jerry, but Mr. Scrappity takes his videos down. you know, I guess it keeps it clean, but oh, there were some riot things going on in Canada, according to Kuzmak. I knew it. Protesting. Yeah. Yes, I missed a couple. Yeah, well, he takes them down after they've been up for a few days. Yeah, I figured there would be some social unrest there in Canada too. That's Bill Junking Fool. Well, what's new is anything at the curb. After that, it's been laying around too long. Like I got a I got a U-Haul. I had to get a U-Haul. I mean, just scraps for it's just too much. The scraps just laying around, and the compound flooded a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I feel I gotta pick that place up and make it presentable. Yeah, that's what that's what they do. I mean, knocking down statues and monuments and stuff like that, and defacing war memorials and stuff like that. They're Cruiser Mac. They're garbage in my mind long before they start defacing stuff. Like uh, breaking into stores and smashing stuff on purpose and burning our flag. And I'm not for burning the flag, but I understand it's freedom of speech, so I don't want to see any of it. But if something's going to happen, I'd rather that than destroying property. Jerry says, "Where I live, people just toss stuff and it's against the law." Huh, true. Hello, everyone. I see you're still at 120. We are like 90. But, okay, Bill, has the price gone down or stayed the same? Because our price, when everything like started to open up, it was 130 for like about 3 days, and it went back down to 120. Like every scrapper came out of the woodwork when it went up to 130, and then like I think they just got flooded with scrap. What's happening today in Porville? Jerry says B. I don't know what that means. Man, I need a light in here. This is terrible. I'm sorry about the video. Bill saying just working on projects. There's never no projects to work on. No driving, no scrapping. Oh, no diving, no scrapping. Why no diving? Why no scrapping? Oh yeah, we are getting that weather. Are you getting any weather from our tropical storm? Yeah. It rained in waves today, like lightning, thunder, and a lot of wind, like a real lot of wind. I had like a pile of aluminum there at the compound. I should have made a video of it. Dust was blowing all over before the rain. I mean, you dust everywhere, and then I had a pile of aluminum, and the wind picked up a bunch of aluminum and threw it all over the place. It started going flying, so. Yep. So right now it's quiet period. I don't know. I don't want to lose. It might start buffering because I moved the phone. I don't think you can see the sky, but the sky is mostly clear right now. We're supposed to get a bunch of rain in a couple hours. It's supposed to start pouring. Lightning thunderstorms until about 4 in the morning, and then there'll be another break. We're gonna get some sun, and then like 9 or 10, it's supposed to start thunderstorming again, and it's supposed to get windy again. So, oh, maybe you can see the trees. It is pretty windy right now. Can you see that tree blowing around? I don't know. If you could see the tree blowing around, yes, we are getting that tropical storm. That thing is being driven. So according to the weather forecast, that storm is supposed to make it all the way to the Hudson Bay in Canada. That's impressive. Usually they don't. Usually they don't make it that far. They make it to the Great Lakes. So my mom's at the family summer home in Michigan City, and that house is like, behind a dune, right on Lake Michigan, and she said that Lake Michigan had 20-foot waves today, entirely too dangerous to go near the water. That is way up there, yeah. Go look at the weather reports, Cruiser Mac. That storm is supposed to make it all the way to the Hudson Bay. Usually those storms get hung up around the Great Lakes and don't make it much past like the furthest they'll go is maybe Toronto, and then they get caught up in the jet stream and get blown east. So this one's making it to the Hudson Bay. That is impressive. Don't you have a truck stashed up there, Kingdom? Yep. I got a truck there in Michigan City there at the family summer home. I haven't. Timothy Lambert, howdy, King. How you doing there? Only 1 mile from the bay and 20 miles from the Gulf of Mexico. Oh well, you're right there on it. I mean, just witnessing the power of that storm, and if you've seen the tree blowing in the wind, we still got pretty heavy wind. 19 miles an hour. We had gusts up to 60 miles an hour earlier, but being right there, that close to the Gulf of Mexico, that had to be a pretty powerful storm. How's the family? Well, we're all together. Everybody is home. I'm sitting out in the truck right now doing this live stream, but there you go, lights are on. Everybody's home. This plandemic, okay, instead of pandemic, plandemic, okay. This was definitely planned because I don't get off on it. Trying to get everything back to normal, get it back up into running speed. So I got a U-Haul so I could, give myself sort of a kickstart and clean up the compound a little bit at the same time. Honestly, I don't like putting the scrap on the ground because when you put scrap on the ground, it becomes dead money. So, my dream is to get my trucks running, okay? Because as long as the scrap is sitting on something with wheels, it's not dead money. But when you put it on the ground, that water heater becomes dead money. You know what I mean? Not that it's not that it has no value anymore, but you know, I I went to the scrapyard today. 200 pounds of tin, $8. Oh yeah, well, that's $4 a hundred, so that's 4 cents a pound, so that's like $80 a ton. Yeah, you know, we're not that much more. We're only $120 a ton, but that $40 spread right there between $80 and $120 seems to make quite a bit of difference. But yeah, 200 pounds for $8. It feels like that. That doesn't even cover the gas. I mean, unless you live next door to the scrapyard, that was a losing proposition right there. True facts. Yep. So that's why I've always done it. Or I prefer to use a large vehicle to haul a tremendous amount of scrap all at once to a scrapyard. So you're saving gas and you're saving time. Nope, I wish I did. Yeah, right. Make things a little easier, I suppose. Maryland Mike. Hey, King. Heather. What's up? Timothy, do you have a YouTube channel? Uh, the King. John. See, now I'm starting to see. Hey, John. That's good. I don't know what the heck. What the heck, like, wrong with this my YouTube channel? But like, I made like live streams and like I only had like one comment or two. Like people were saying, "Well, we were trying to comment and clicking." What's clicking? John saying something's clicking. Is it is the live stream buffering? Right now I'm noiseless. Oh. Huh. Got about 1,500 pounds. Maryland Mike. Got about 1,500 pounds of shred and a couple hundred clean stainless to take in the morning. Oh, there's some money. Well, I don't know what stainless is going for. I haven't turned any in a while. I think it was 22 cents last time. I think you're tapping the screen. No, I'm not. I was touching the door like that. Okay, right now I'm not doing anything at all. There's a truck. I only live like a block and a half from the highway, from Interstate 55. So you can hear semis and stuff like that going by because like they put a sound wall up, but they only put a sound wall up on one side of the highway, so it acts as like an amplifier. Oh, 22 cents there, according to Maryland Mike. So yeah, I think the price has stagnated. Let's see, Timothy Lambert having 1990 GMC 8-foot. I need a cage in the bed. No, I wish I did. No YouTube channel. Yeah, well, that's what I have, those kind of trucks. 1990 GMC, I have an 89 GMC, that white one. And I have a 91 yellow Chevy 2500 pickup that I've never found any time to figure out what the heck's wrong with it. One of these days, real soon. But right now, I don't want to lose the signal, but as you can see, I've got it facing the wrong way on the street here, so I'm gonna have to turn that around because I don't want to get a ticket. But anyway, she did that on purpose so that I would be forced to get behind the wheel and figure out what the sound is that it's making. I replaced the other tire on the right side, but I guess she's saying that it's making some kind of vibration. Timothy Lambert, Pennsylvania, 18 cents a pound for stainless. Yeah, those prices are really low, and you know what? They are not going to recover, not for a long time. In Georgia, they won't even take. I got somebody replying on my video. Why don't you move back in the house? I did move back in the house. Lee Angraff. Hi King, why don't you move back in the house? I I am. I'm just doing the live stream in the truck. It's we don't have Wi-Fi, okay, in my house. But you can get a Wi-Fi signal out here in the street. But if I take this phone and I walk onto my property, I will lose the signal. As long as I stay out here, in the street, okay, I can pick up a Wi-Fi signal. So I'd rather use the Wi-Fi. Yep, free Wi-Fi. I'd rather use the Wi-Fi than eat up my my data plan, my Verizon data plan, which only has 3 gigabytes of high-speed data per month. So just use the Wi-Fi that I can pick up for free. What was the load today? Made 47 bucks. That's John. Well, I did the same thing today. With that, the Bob's Furniture. Bunch of old furniture there. I've a futon and I don't know, like one of them reclining chairs. Aluminum sheet is 18 cents. Yep. Maryland Mike, aluminum is 18 cents a pound at Lamont Scrap, and that's the best price you're going to get for mixed aluminum. Now, if you want to go and pick it apart, cast aluminum is 10 cents, and extruded is 28 cents. Well, you know what? I get such a huge pile of it, I don't care. I'm not going to go and separate my cast aluminum for 10 cents so I can get more money. You know what? Just put it all together in one pile. Oh, it's buffering. That's not what I wanted. That happened when I went to go move the darn thing. I use Marilyn Mike's saying I use Boost Mobile, unlimited data, $50 a month. Yeah, well, this Verizon plan is really generic. It's $40 a month, but don't forget the taxes. People always leave the taxes out, and that's $5 more. So it's really, the $40 plan is actually $45. So how much is the $50 plan? How much are the taxes on Boost Mobile? Is it $50 with taxes? Who was Bob? Oh, Cruiser Mac. Who was Bob, by the way? Oh, Bob's Furniture. You could Google that, Cruiser Mac. I guess you guys don't have those stores in Canada. It's just a furniture store. It's called Bob's Furniture. I left the slip in the car. Oh, all right. This is better. That's Steven saying this is better. I got about 3,000 pounds of aluminum sitting. Yeah, you know what? I've turned in probably about 2,000 pounds of aluminum so far. I go to a lot of these large scrap yards and they're sitting on piles of aluminum. Guess what? Oh, $50, taxes included. Oh, that's not bad. Boost Mobile. Yeah, we have those around here. I use Straight Talk. That's the Walmart one. Timothy Lambert, $60 a month. Is that any better than the Verizon plan? The, my Verizon plan is $45 a month with taxes. I don't know. I need a different phone anyway because the, I the amount of like memory or storage on this phone is like 16 gigabytes. It's too small. I can't make it. I got apps on here. I've got like about 1.5 gigabytes to play with on here. So I always have videos that are down resed to 240 p. So it's a little bit, I don't know. They're a little bit pixelated, according to some people. There was so much scrap around here in the spring, but not much right now, according to John. Yeah, I've noticed after they started opening up, the economy, the amount of scrap put out by the curbside is like dramatically less because people are doing other things now besides staying at home. The blonde is not Bob's wife. Plenty here, John. Can't even get it all. And that's with running over a ton every day. Wow. That's pretty good, actually. Marilyn Mike, that's a lot of scrap. Delete all those photos. Yeah, well, some of them are like, I don't know, like my daughter's graduation and, my cousin's wedding and stuff like that. So, I don't want to delete that. Plus, there's some apps and stuff on here. Marilyn Mike, lucky for me, I have 15 acres and plenty of room. Wow, I wish I had 15 acres. I'd have a nice pole barn. I'd put my cars in there and stuff. And I wouldn't. Mike, I'm in Maine, John. Like a state like Maine, you guys have bears and stuff like that. Can you imagine me? I would totally have to adapt my way of living. Like, like I always got like candy bars or like McDonald's wrappers in my car. Bears would be like busting the window open to get at the non-food, the non-existent food. I'd come out and I'd have a broken window and everything torn up on the interior. John, too many Democrats. That's true. Cruiser Max, that's the ideal setup. Yep. I got so much to process, I can't keep up. Yeah, you know what? That's what wintertime is for, though. Okay? So the stuff that needs to be processed, that's why I pile that stuff up. Like people comment on my videos, like, why don't you go and take that? No, 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 no. No, we have winter, okay? And it gets cold here. And it actually gets colder here sometimes than a lot of Canada, believe it or not. I don't know how that's possible, but it is. It happens. Okay? When it gets cold like that here, I'm talking like 18 below, or just even like 0 or um, 20 degrees, okay? 20 degrees is kind of warm for the winter time, but when it's really cold out and people are not throwing away scrap, that's when you process your stuff. I've lived here all my life. That's when you process your scrap, okay? The stuff like air conditioners and, your copper and your brass. That's when you go and do all that little piddly stuff because you'll be wasting your time driving around looking for stuff because you're not really going to find much. You might find something, but you're not going to find much. I live in southern Maine, John. Almost in Massachusetts. Too cold for me. Yep. Emma, too cold for me. Yeah, it does get really cold here. Not on the coast, stays warmer. Well, yeah, that's true. You have the ocean. But here in Joliet, you have Lake Michigan, which when it starts to kind of freeze over, that's like a almost 400-mile flat, because there's no trees or hills or anything like that, so it's just water. It's a 400-mile highway straight to Canada, right? And you get that polar vortex or whatever, you get that rush of cold air coming from Ontario. It just races right down the top of Lake Michigan, and yeah. The issue is I have an HVAC guy and the central air conditioners are piling up. Whoa, you got 38 of them? Woo, man. Yeah, well, you got 15 acres, so, you could just let them stack up anyway. King, you have way more snow than here. Oh, yeah, we get a lot of snow, too. And ice. What's wrong with the yellow truck? What, the yellow pickup? Timothy Lambert. I've never figured it out. Okay, and it's been sitting there for 4 months at least. Broken. Stephen Parker, you're a legend. Nebraska fan. Gonna get cold in Omaha, Nebraska, 52 tonight. Yeah, we're supposed to get like a cold front coming in. I don't know if it's gonna hit Nebraska, but you really need at least. I know I've said that in a lot of my ancient videos that I'd argue with Jackpot Digger that, and you know what? Eventually, he came around to like getting 2 trucks. Okay. He's seen the wisdom in that. Okay, because you always need something running. But John says I got 17 ACs to take apart. What are they? Whole house ones, or are they window shakers? Your air conditioners? Yeah, I got like probably about 10 window shakers, and I probably got about 3 or 4 house air conditioners. Oh, okay, window shakers. Yeah, I probably got about 10 of them. I don't got as many as you do. Yeah, I need 2 or 3 trucks going, but Timothy, I have 10. Yep, I got about 10. I haven't really been finding that many of them, surprisingly. With the weather being hot, I figure. Well, you know what? People are also trying. When I was at Home Depot the other day, I seen they had like a whole crate load of window shakers, Phillips brand, $166. John says we do need the ACA as much as you. Yeah, well, it does get warm here. Like today, it was almost 90. Something, something. The king is giving us his blessings. I sold 2 working air conditioners. Oh, yeah, take advantage of if you took it down to its. If you took it to bits, take it to bits, like Ian Matthews says. You take $40. How did you manage to sell them? Like, what was the venue? Craigslist? I find more scrap on Facebook than the curb. Now, there's something that's really hard to do, okay? I've had neighbors that, like on the next block, They're all into like Facebook Marketplace and Facebook curb alerts and stuff like that. Craigslist curb alerts, and she'd call my wife, and my wife would call me, and yeah, there's a free water heater sitting at the curb, and I'm like, well, where's it at? And if it's any more than like a mile or two away, the competition around here, I'm not the only one that's seen it on Facebook. Facebook Marketplace. I don't know. Maybe there's not as many people driving around, but this is this is Joliet, okay, land of conservative estimate. Okay, population 150,000. Conservative estimate about 3,000 people trash picking. Of various kinds, like people looking for antiques, people looking for stuff to sell, people rag picking, people scrapping, people treasure hunting. There's about 3,000 people in this town to do that. I also sold 16 really old laptops last week, $5 each. Wow. I wish I could get $5 for the most I can get is like a couple bucks from this one small scrapyard buys like odd stuff, like odd scraps. Like the big scrapyards, they don't buy computers and stuff like that. They'll just tell you to throw it in the shred pile. I've been having luck flipping aquariums. That's pretty cool. I mean, I do see quite a few aquariums out, by the curbside, but I never pick them up. You gotta think like me. Is that thing going to last in the back of that truck? You know what I mean? The only way that thing would survive is if I picked it up and brought it right away home. And from my videos how I really can't bring a bunch of shit home here. You know what I mean? I can't. I would have to go to the compound, which really sucks. Because you know what? Let's be honest. Um, Treasure hunting, scrapping, curbside picking and stuff like that is really a homebound business or enterprise or whatever you want to call it. Or the stores that creates. I don't think it will survive. No, the aquarium will not survive in the back of my truck. I sell a lot of computers online for part or repair section. Huh. Maryland Mike. So even like an old computer tower? I wonder. That sucks, King. I can really stack in my yard. Yeah, I wish you know what? I would not have the compound. I wouldn't be spending money having a compound if I could do that crap in my yard. Okay, but I can't. Okay. See if there's a local reptile store nearby. They may buy the aquarium. Mine does. What do we have around here? We don't, like in Joliet, there's one bike shop in the entire town. There's one bicycle shop. I know it's not an aquarium or a reptile store. I can't even think of a reptile store in this city. I also have a mower guy I sell to $10 for a push, 30 to 50 for a riding mower. Oh, that's not bad. That's more than scrap. I've got a very picky uh, lawnmower guy that will only buy um, Toro recyclers, if you're familiar with that. And, I tried to charge him $25 or $30 for the mower, and he's always trying to like you know creep down the price. He's like, come on, man. So my guy buys them all. Yeah, no. I get the picky people that just want the cream of the crop. They don't want to deal with the craftsmen, the craftsmen and lounge lizards. Yeah, right. You have, you have a lot of lot lizards there, though, Kingdom. Yeah, yeah. At the truck stop, there sure are. The one where my wife was working at. Oy vey. that that truck stop. It's I-55 truck stop. That place looks like something like out of some like late 1960s or early 1970s movie. Just like the condition of the place, it's like gritty and run down looking and meth for romance. That would be Joliet. Wish you were closer, King. I would help you with Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, that would probably really help the cause quite a bit. You know what I mean? I've never sold anything online. Hey, did you see that new Taco Stacks movie video about is he's got like a grimacing face. He's like, I got scammed on wow. Imagine the tuition I'd be paying. Kuzumaka is processing copper while watching. What, like copper wire? Stripping it down? Come on, Kuzumaka, that's a wintertime thing. Let that pile up. A lot of money to be made and helps with the scrap connections. Yeah, I'm not doubting you at all. Have to say night. Got a busy day. That's John. Yeah, I'm stripping wire right now. A lot of people just sitting back and stripping the wire with the strip meister, that like aluminum stripping tool thing that you put a drill on or whatever. Wire machine running full steam. Strip meister. That's Cruiser Mac. E250. Wonder wonder how thin of wire those things can cut. And I wonder, do they cut stranded wire or just only solid core copper wire? And I know none of them cut like extension cord or lamp cord. Cut everything, huh? Even okay, Cruiser Max says 14 14 gauge is about as low. 14 is kind of thick actually. Next to number 4 is the biggest. Yeah, because like what uh, 3, 2, and 1. You could just use a box cutter, I suppose. I cut Maryland like I cut extensions, lamp cords, everything on the one I have. No problem. Maybe I have to like get one of them things. Now there's something I'd like to get for Father's Day gift. Anything bigger is faster to strip by hand. Yeah, that's why I was figuring maybe using a box cutter or something. Put it out in the sun, like on the back patio or whatever, so the plastic gets warm. Traffic going by. Let's see. Try a cheap one for $40. What? There's a cheap wire stripper for $40? Vice and a razor knife. Yeah, I've done that. Emma is asking how much do they cost. I've never priced them. They're they're not made in China though. I know that. The Stripmeister. I think it's made in the USA or maybe Canada. 250 bucks. That's well. That's probably because 250 bucks for that thing. That's probably because it's made here or probably in Canada. If there was a Chinese one, it would probably be like $29 or something. Stripmeister is made in Canada. Well, I figured that for $250, it had to have been. Seems like something that, yeah, North American product, more expensive. Maryland Mike's saying they're overpriced. Well, yeah, there's probably a Chinese version, but I bet you it wouldn't last. Like knowing me and my luck, like you bolt it down to your workbench or whatever, and then the base busts. $40. You can get a cheap one, and replacement blades cost $20. Hmm. Sounds intriguing, actually. It's like the slow boat to China. What, the wire stripping? These days. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, that thing's going to have to be investigated. You know what? I think I don't know. Maybe I might get it as a Father's Day gift. I don't know. Yeah, the protesters need to be on that boat. Yeah, I know, right? Send them back with that funky virus too. That that thing that I call the plandemic. They call it a pandemic. That was definitely planned. That was that was very deliberate. Cost a lot, think about it, all the damage it did. Kids not going to school, kids not graduating. I mean, yeah, you got to graduate, but cap and gown, no ceremony, no no prom, nothing. All stolen. Collateral damage. Then, my wife gets the disease for real, right? Disease. Gets sick, okay? Stop calling it a disease. Nobody I talk to knows anybody else that's gotten sick from it. But, figures that somebody in my family would have to get it. You just have to learn the depth settings. This is Marilyn Mike on the wire stripper so you don't dull your blade fast. And also, when you strip braided wire, it don't fray and just go, oh God, yeah. Then you end up with like copper angel hair, like just a big ball of. You think I can get one of them strips with food stamps? Ha ha ha! Yeah, I guess if you probably went, if you went like trading and stuff like that. Hey, anybody want like $250 worth of food for poverty? Some people that get food stamps get food stamp cash benefit too. Happiness every day. happens happens every day, Tim. Marilyn Mike. What the heck's that thing? Uh, Looked like a frog or something like that. You know, with all the rain we had. Look on Amazon. There you go. The 50% discount. That's very common. You know, like when you go to Aldi, you know, especially like somebody like me, I look a little downtrodden. So somehow or another, I always attract that type of people. If you have here, I'm gonna segue to that. I get people trying to you know make a deal with like food stamps. You know, like hey, I got this I got this food stamp debit card, and there's such and such amount of money on there. There's 250 or $300 credit on this thing. If you give me $100, well, you know what? I don't know if there's actually anything on that debit card. So, but yeah, I get people like that walking up to me all the time. Or like if you have like a White Castle, okay. If any of you guys are familiar with White Castle, you ever go to White Castle at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning? There's always there's always some goofy character inside the restaurant. You know what I mean? A customer. Besides myself, meaning I always attract those kind of like poverty people. So like somebody offering food stamp food for a discount. We don't have White Castle out on the East Coast. Well, I thought there was White Castles in New York and New Jersey and Pennsylvania. There's White Castles in Buffalo, New York, Albany, and I don't know, some places in New Jersey. Where else are they? There's some in Kentucky, uh, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. Oh, hmm. I think that's about it. I think there's some in St. Louis, in Missouri. No White Castle here, miss it, Pennsylvania. I thought there was a White Castle in Pittsburgh or something like that. Guess not. Oh yeah, Cruiser Mac. None up here. Yeah, no, it's not McDonald's. It's actually still family owned business. Think think it's gonna be around for 100 years and next year, 2021. What will they give away? What will be the giveaway? They're always like so cheap and generic about like their giveaways and stuff like that. Long time ago, they used to like give away like uh, free collectible plastic tumblers and stuff like that, and they had White Castle Kingdom characters on there. Like, uh, you know how McDonald's has cartoon characters, but we're all familiar with them, like Grimace and Ronald, etc. White Castle had like it had to be like the cheapest knockoff of like McDonald's ever. They had like all these kingdom characters that I never even knew existed. Okay, I didn't know. Like Wendy's has got like the Wendy girl, and Burger King's got the creepy king. I didn't know White Castle had characters. That was a long time ago, though. No, that close. None that close to 3 hours from Pittsburgh. Oh, wow. Yikes. It's not that important to eat that stuff. We don't have any Jack in the Box. We used to have Jack in the Box here like a long time ago, like when I was a little kid. We don't have an In-N-Out burger. What else don't we have? I don't know. We don't have a bunch of things here in Illinois. You gotta go outside of Illinois to. The restaurants are still closed, like the inside in Illinois. Like even Denny's. Denny's has got like a temporary drive-through. Like Denny's is a sit-down restaurant. Why would you order food from Wendy's? I mean, not Wendy's, from Denny's, okay? It's not that good. It's good to go there and eat that crap, but it's not that great where let's go order food from Denny's and take it home. No In-N-Out up here. That's Cruiser Mac. That's mostly a California thing. Yeah, they have them in like a couple other states though. Denny's we have. Cruiser Mac. Are your Denny's all closed up in the restaurant on the inside, and only curbside pickup available like here? Curbside, and like they have like this temporary drive-through. Had breakfast at IHOP last week with my buddy. They are open now. Yeah, not in Illinois. Still closed. Even though the local Asian restaurant, it's like a generic Asian restaurant. It's called Osaka Buffet, and they constructed a temporary drive-through pickup on the side of the building. Like the food, it's buffet food. The food's not that great, okay? Where you would want to go there to, hey, let's go get buffet food. Not worth it. I could see they're, trying to do everything they can to like stay in business. I rarely go to Denny's. Yeah, right. I mean, I've been to Denny's. Maybe food's okay. You know what I mean? It's not really expensive, so. But some Denny's are better than others. Some places are a little rough around the edges. You know what I mean? Talking loud and being obnoxious. So. The one over by my house on Route 30 isn't that bad. It's pretty modern, so it's kind of clean, and uh, you don't get too many questionable characters going in there. I'd be the most questionable looking character going into Denny's. Yeah, I gotta. We're in phase 2. Green here. Some places are open. Isn't there like 5 phases to this thing? I was trying to listen to a commercial, on the radio a couple of times, but the kids were being kind of loud, and I kind of missed like saying about the Secretary of State Motor Vehicle Services Division. That's, they're in control of titles and license plates and all that stuff here in Illinois. And it's like, we're open for business, but only for, I can't figure if you can renew your plates or get, I don't know, change titles or what. Scrapping together. Hello, Kingdom. Yeah, I think it's crazy. Yeah, I think there's Timothy Lambert. I think there's like 5 phases. Okay. If we get to phase 5 fully opened, we could end up being at phase 1 again. Or a total shutdown. Really? Tell me this isn't planned, okay, for the election. This was all planned, okay, because this pandemic really like exploded onto the scene in the same week, okay? Do your research, do your timeline, in the same week as when the impeachment failed, okay? It's in the same week, okay? I think the impeachment failed on a Tuesday, and by like Friday or Saturday, suddenly this pandemic started like becoming a thing, okay? Are we back? Are we back? All right, we're back. Just, just when you said good save, just when the second you said good save, the phone finally falls off the steering wheel. I'm here. Okay, everybody's here. Technical workshop. Yeah, right. Art's saying don't start getting political. Yeah, I know. It happens. The dude box. Hello. Junk Dauber. How are you doing? Middle of the night, man. Well, yeah, Florida, or most of Florida, is an hour ahead. You gotta love today's internet. Yeah, I know it's a little sketchy, okay? So I'm out here in the street and I see to get better internet at nighttime, like than the daytime. And I don't have internet in my house, and that's why I'm in the truck, because I don't want to burn up my data on my phone. But if I had to, I was going to save the video by switching over to, yes, Junk Dauber, I'm in my truck. I'm in my truck only because I'm catching a Wi-Fi signal that's free, and we don't have Wi-Fi, but you can go out in the street, especially at nighttime, and get a decent signal most of the time. We're back. There you go. Yeah, it's a quick dropout right there. The dude box. That poor guy had his channel sabotaged or attacked. I don't even understand how that's like possible, but I guess that happens to people, which is that's a shame actually. You know what I mean? That's like one of these days when it gets slow, I want to get that red truck going right there. I don't know if you could see that in the video. The minivan right there. that needs a power steering pump. I scrapping together. I pay for Wi-Fi and it still sucks and don't work great. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I'm not paying for this Wi-Fi. I mean, it's working right now, but it's garbage. I mean, if I had to pay for this service, I wouldn't. It works better at nighttime for whatever reason. I don't know if like less people are online, so it's not like overloaded. That's got to be what it is. And yeah, by like it'll work up until about maybe 6:30 in the morning, and then maybe 6 in the morning, and then it starts buffering all over the place and it bombs out. Uh, Wi-Fi, the free Wi-Fi that you can catch out here street works best at night. Yes, you gotta put up with a couple of mosquitoes. What? You guys are worth it, right? I was at the compound all day today, pretty much. So what I did was I took this big, huge jug of water and I put it in the freezer, and it was like a solid chunk of ice. And I used it to like replenish my drinking cup so I wouldn't become dehydrated and I wouldn't have to leave the compound to go and get water and stuff. Actually, I need to set myself up better. Timothy Lambert, we love you, King. Frankie, hello. Scrap God, you are. Yeah, well, I wish I had a better setup. That's why I'm working. Constantly working every day towards going to drag a car on my trailer in the morning to get it gone. Well, what's wrong with the car? Is the car like a complete like basket case? What kind of car is it? You know what kind of car I'm looking for? I'm looking for parts for 1977 Cadillac, like a hood, a trunk lid, and a few other parts. But yeah, definitely a hood. I need a hood. What do cars go for in your area? I don't know. In my area, I know they're $95 a ton, and they have to be complete. That means battery, radiator, catalytic converter, windshield has to be intact. Complete car means complete car. If the parts are missing, they discount it. It may end up paying nothing for it, actually. So, I mean, they get you when you go and bring a car across the scale. It's a Dodge with the front smashed back to the woo. Wow. That's pretty hard hit. I'm sure scrapping together took the catalytic converter off that, right? I haven't taken one for a long time. Where'd you get this car from? Yes, sir. Where'd you find this Dodge at? Do you still have a mountain of scrap in your backyard? There was not bad money in them before if you had a trailer and a winch. Yeah, I know. But Cruiser Mac, you and a lot of people, you and millions of other people still have 2006 through 2008 in your head when the scrap prices were in the glory days of like almost $400 a ton. My sister totaled it, yes, but it's a little smaller. Smashed all the way to the windshield. Wow, did she get hurt in that thing? Or wearing the seatbelt and the airbag, etc., saved the situation from becoming worse. Yeah, and she walked away, so she was probably wearing her seatbelt. And what the heck did she hit anyway? I don't even know what kind of Dodge, but for any car to be smashed all the way up to the windshield, that's pretty epic. I don't know why I'm yawning. That's not good to do on camera. Oh, Dodge Stratus. Oh, yeah. It's a '90s car. I wonder what she hit. What did she run into? Ooh, culvert. Yeah, that'll do it every time. Wow. Just like the bounce and the impact of going into the culvert, too. A lot of people end up flipping their car when they do that. She had to be shaken up quite a bit, though. Lucky not to be hurt. 16 people watching. That's pretty good for this hour. Used to be able to scrap them here without a title, but cars starting getting scrapped under. Yep, yep, the same thing here in Illinois. You know, cars ripped off the street and getting sold for scrap. No, 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 no. Then you got thieves out there. Because back back then, you go and steal, 15, 20 cars a night and bring them to the scrapyard. You're making thousands of dollars. That's when the price died. Yep. Yep. When the price died, uh, the the metal thievery pretty much stopped. Like when the prices were really high, thieves were going into cemeteries and taking urns and ornamentation and stuff like that. Going into homes that were foreclosed on and ripping out all of the utilities, the water heater, the furnace, air conditioner, wiring. They were stealing manhole covers. That actually did happen here in Joliet. And this is how smart the thieves are, okay? They were driving around in a Ford Econoline van, right? And there was a three-man crew. There was one driver and two people picking up the manhole covers. So they would open up the back doors. They would pull up over a manhole cover, pick the manhole cover up, and put it in the van, and then keep on going. So it wasn't like you were seeing Captain Obvious in a scooping pickup truck going down the street and lifting one up. It was a. So what they did was there was a new scrapyard that opened up in the area, okay, and people operating it are new to the business. Well, anytime there's a new scrapyard that opens up in the area, you get people that will try that, and sometimes it works. And in this case, it did work. I think in Joliet, I think they lost like 200 manhole covers People going around doing that. Them things are heavy. But yeah, buying rail from a rail yard, and uh, metal for public infrastructure is illegal to purchase. Oh yeah, that was happening here in Joliet. Cars driving into open manholes and getting totaled. Yeah, because you ripped the suspension apart. Can you imagine that? You're driving down the street and you don't know that thing's gone. All of a sudden, a loud boom from under the car. You come to a stop. The scrapping together says, and they have more. I have 3 more cars to pick up. Oh, okay. So you go around picking up scrap cars. Yeah, rude way to stop. Yeah, right. You're 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 drinking your McDonald's coffee or whatever and listening to the radio, and all of a sudden, boom from underneath. Not like a car hit you or anything, but all of a sudden now, you know, I imagine the radiator probably would rupture depending on how hard you hit the open manhole cover. It's like this invisible force stopped you, only it wasn't invisible. One of your wheels is gone. So anyway, I started this video hoping that Mr. Scrappity could get his car going. I mean, his pickup truck going. I know I made an offer. Hey, put it on a tow dolly and bring it out here to the compound, and me and the other property manager, we will get it up and going for free for the Mr. Scrappity, so we can make more videos. Doing a lot of talking, so I got a little water there. You're getting good at front end repair. Yeah, well, you know what? Front end repairs, unfortunately, are it's a fact of life if you're going to go use your truck or your car to go scrapping, because you're pretty much driving more than an Uber or a taxi cab. You're driving around for hours looking for scrap nonstop, and then you're taking this stuff to the scrapyard. That's a lot of use. Even if you don't abuse it, which I don't. That's why I'm usually able to get 3, 4, 500,000 miles out of a vehicle. Is you drive it like an 85-year-old granny. Don't beat on it, and keep the fluid. Even if you don't change the fluids, okay, which is horrible. Okay, keep the fluid levels topped off. All your critical fluids, your trans fluid, your motor oil, your antifreeze, keep all that stuff topped off, and should be well. Everything I can scrap out of 80s Camaro, this is scrapping the other. The bent up 70s Merc, and a 60-something Ford Fallon. That's saving in the metal. You scrapping together, do you still got a pile going in the backyard? Speaking of critical fluids, I think I need another blue, huh? What Art is saying, but you're stronger than Canadian Treasure Hunter. I don't. Am I? I mean, I don't know how strong the guy is. You gotta be kind of strong to be a scrapper, so I don't know. Lifting stuff all day long, over and over. No, that's K&D scrapper that drinks that little kingdom. Ha 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 ha. How come? Here's a dumb question or a weird question. How come there's a lot of uh, percentage wise? Okay, if you like weigh the population, okay, the population of Canada is less. It's less than California. Okay, but on YouTube, there seems to be percentage wise a disproportionately high amount of Canadian scrappers. what, what's that all about? I mean, that that's always like intrigued me. Working shape is different than working out in a gym shape. Yeah, that's true. Working out in a gym shape, you have a lot of useless muscles. It looks good. Wow, those muscles look good. But those muscles do nothing. It's like it's like that diesel pickup truck that's like doesn't do any work. It's got a tow hitch on it, but nothing ever goes in the bed, and it's never pulling anything. It's just rolling coal, leaving a chimney cloud of smoke. I have had really fit guys come on the job and be worn out by lunch. I didn't even know that was possible. Like, if you're really fit, you could actually be worn out that quickly. Honest to God. I guess it's all a stamina thing, which I need more stamina actually. I mean, I go all day long, but um, I go in fits and starts. I'll go and I'll stop, and I go and I stop, and I go all day long. Because my work day is not 8 hours. My work day is like from the time I get up in the morning till the time I go to bed at night, which is whenever I'm done with this video. BRB. So yeah, I don't work like an 8 hour day. I work like a I don't know whatever hour day. 16 hours, 15 hours, 20 hours. I take like 1,000 breaks a day. You know, a break meaning I'll take a break for like 20 seconds, or I'll take a break for 15 minutes, or I'll even take a break for like 2 seconds. I'll like be working and all of a sudden I'll stop. I'll stop to just like compress for a couple seconds and then go back at it. I see you pick up a lot of stuff though. Yeah, I know. I what did I pick up today? I picked up a lawn tractor, and what I did was I stood the lawn tractor up, like straight up and down, with the engine facing the sky, and then I leaned it into the truck and picked up the back end, which made it easier. believe it or not, I took the battery out, and the battery really isn't that big, but that stupid lead battery, which probably weighs 20 pounds or so, made all the difference. Missed those long videos. Yeah, well, the long videos, I need a different phone, okay, because there's, there's not enough there's not enough storage space on this one, and I think I need a different data plan too. Because what I would do if I had more storage space on this one would be I would make several videos and then go to McDonald's and use their Wi-Fi or whatever and upload them all, and then you know make them go from private to public when in sequence. That would be the ideal, but yeah, I take a different phone with way more storage, and yeah. Because right now, I think the longest I could put out is like 10 minutes or something like that, and I have to down res the video, which a lot of people don't like. Had to put on a vest. Well, you are in Canada, so it's going to get a little colder. Hey, we're supposed to get a cold blast. Actually, it's only supposed to get up to 66 degrees on Saturday. 66 Fahrenheit. That's pretty chilly, especially considering that I got up to about 90 degrees today. 14 centigrade outside, so what the heck is that right now? I think summer is over. Well, maybe that's where the cold blast is coming from, because by Saturday and Sunday, it's supposed to be kind of chilly, like in the 60s on Saturday, and the high 60s or low 70s on Sunday. So I have a dishwasher that's scrapping together. I'm going to have to winch onto the trailer soon. Yeah, it was 92, Timothy Lambert. 92 here today. Whew, that that makes you want to go and take a siesta under a shady tree. I guess that treasure hustlers. Hey, treasure hustlers. Wow, we actually caught you live. Just wanted to say hey. Hello. Treasure hustlers. 97 here. Yeah, when it gets that hot, you just you want to go slow. It's only 60 Fahrenheit cruiser Mac in my shop. It's probably 50 or less outside. That's pretty cool, actually. It's full of across and bolts. '97 where the trestle house. 97 degrees where the treasure hustlers are. That's pretty dang warm. That's actually kind of warm for their area this time of year. Scrapping together. Well, my stinking spell check started working. Yeah, I never comment on your spelling. I figure that, that's just typos. It's hard to say LOL. You can just say, if you want to, Ha 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 ha. According to Kingdom, anyway. Yep. Kuzmak is saying, are the bolts and nuts in cans? Because that means old people. Yes, it does. Anytime you see nuts and bolts and stuff in like coffee cans, old people. When you see screws and nuts and stuff like that in a coffee can or whatnot, that's the 60 plus crowd right there. You're not gonna get a 30 something to have a bunch of like coffee cans like with screws and nuts and bolts and stuff. You bet, Sonny. Treasure hustlers. We get some bolts and baby glass jars. Yeah, I know, right? From storage units. Yeah, people like to put like treasure hustlers. People like to put like nuts and bolts and like even like pennies and stuff like that in glass baby food jars. Like whoa, what gives? Uh, Scrapping together. Mine changes my words even if I spell it right. Hey, my iPhone does that. Move on my iPhone. It makes the move on like you know how there's like this political movement or whatever called move on. It spells it out like one word. Garage cleanouts. Oh yeah, Cruiser Mac. Like I've seen that. Treasure treasure hustlers lids screwed to the shelves upside down. That's classic old people. When you see the baby food jar or the ball mason jar with the lid screwed to the bottom of the shelf, that is classic old people. Old timers think alike. I guess old timers think alike the same way like the ancient Egyptians and the Mayans thought alike, and they all made pyramids. Okay, scrap and fix it guy. I missed the beginning. What's up with Scrappy? Oh, his truck is suffering the same thing my Dodge had like a month and a half ago, and that's bad ball joints. Yeah, so he doesn't want to drive it because it's going to break. They're really worn out and loose, and I guess he jacked it up and made an attempted look and repair of it, and I guess the repair for the ball joints on 90, what is it, a 99 F-150? I guess it's too much for him or something like that. Yeah, right. Treasure treasure hustlers. He can't go out and find things for the Reaper to sell, so their whole their whole little microeconomic system grinds to a halt when the car's not running, right? He's had a little tough run of luck there, kind of like what I got sometimes. His one truck got repoed, and his other truck, I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, right? Love him, but I think I'd put my money on the Reaper to get that job done. Yeah, well, I mean, without going to the curbside, the Reaper's got nothing to sell. Uh, Symbiotic. I don't know if he's got a GoFundMe. I think he's got uh, the tip jar or whatever. He he started that back up again. You know, for people watching and commenting, I I offered what I had. You know, like, hey, you know what? I mean, bring it to the compound and we will fix it for free. Tip jar, I believe. Yeah, scrapping together. I finally got my GMC fixed. You fix it with junkyard parts, or um, did you have help getting it going? That's what I need to do. I'd like to get my red Chevy right there running, and I'd love to get the yellow one. Just with this one Dodge, you know, cruiser back. I need a beer. I need a beer jar. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a pretty dire situation. I can relate, you know, to somebody like that, like Mr. Scrappity, because you know it's kind of like a hand to mouth type of lifestyle right there. always always teetering, you know, like me, precariously close to the poverty cliff. You know, falling off. You're just kind of clinging and hanging on there. You know, every day you gotta push the dream, I suppose, right? And with that, I'm going to say bye, everybody. Okay, treasure hustlers. Mac, do you make videos? Yeah, of course, Cruiser Mac. Cruiser Mac makes videos. No, you've been around for a while. Yeah, no, Cruiser. Hey, treasure hustlers. Yeah, Cruiser Mac's got tons of videos, lots and lots. Most of them are in the man shed, which is like that shed or that garage is like super organized. I'd be afraid to go in there because I'd be afraid just my presence would mess things up. New parts. This is scrapped together. Just my dad and I working. Had to order parts from Chevy Garage to fix it and paid double for them. Ooh. All right. Good night, Marty. All right, guys. I'm going to say bye bye. You.